to show the basic Git workflow, we initially go to github.com. So Git is a version control system, whereas like you can do version control locally on a machine. Okay. So but github.com is basically the online place, or you can say the third party application where we add our projects and we control version on that application using Git. So after going to github.com, we I hope everybody can see. Yeah. So we now create a new repository. So I'll just increase. Yeah. So we now we go to our repositories. So you can see now we have just kept one repository right now. So we can create a new repository. Repository is nothing but a folder, but that is a word for like in a terms of for a Git. So we create a new repository. So while creating a new repository, we have to give the name. So currently we give test session. So test session is available in this GitHub repository in this GitHub owners repositories. So there are no duplicates right now. We can keep the repository public or private. Currently we are keeping it public, but you can keep private also. The reason of being private is others cannot see unless they have access to your repository, or else um, you have given them your GitHub ID and everything. So after that, after creating a repository, I can add my git ignore. That is, if I add few files in it, it will ignore those files to add on your github.com, and any licenses is fine, but we are not adding any licenses right now. So we create a git repository. Yeah. So after creating a git repository, now this repository is empty right now. So now to use this repository, we have a option to copy this link here. So we copy this link, and now we go to our folders. If I'm going fast, please tell me, I will slow down. Yeah. So now I go to my folders. Yeah. So now I will right click here. I will like control. I will use shift right click, and I will open my PowerShell here. We can use the command prompt also, but currently I have not configured my command prompt, so I'm using Windows PowerShell. For Linux users, you can use terminal also. We had used Linux in our previous GitHub session, but now we see most of the users are using Windows, so we both shifted to Windows. So currently now I type command git. So you can see my git is perfectly installed. So now I type git clone. So clone will what do? It will clone means it will copy my repository here. So now I pasted my link and I will enter. So it will copy my complete repository. Now it has given me warning that repository is empty. So no issues. So when I copy an empty repository, you can see my folder has been created. Now after to do like to use any commands, I have to go into that folder. So I will press cd test session. So now I am in the test session. Now I can use my git repository. Now if I type git status, status is nothing but it will check that like if any changes are done in that repository. For example, if you do any mistakes in your repository, the status will keep track of each and everything. So now I have my repository is empty. I have not done any changes. Okay. So now I will copy HTML file. So when I open this, you can see I have created a sample HTML file. So I will copy this HTML file. And now you can create any folders or file in it after cloning the repository, or you can just copy paste your folder for the first time, your project folder for the first time. So after copying my HTML file, now you can see git status. You can see my session.html. There is I hope everybody can see. I cannot zoom here, but yeah. there is a session.html, means I have added one session.html file. So I am just starting this Git repository, like I have added initial project and everything. So after using this session.html, I will use command git add dot. Git add dot means I want to add this folder into my GitHub. So like now we have added these files, folders and everything here right now. But these are just temporary. We have not added into our GitHub account. So now, and dot means I want to add all my folders. Dot means adding everything. So I will type git add dot. So after using git add odd, I will commit. Commit is nothing but you keep a track of your latest changes made. Now, if you want to, like for example, if you want to see a specific change, you can just go to that commit and you can see कि वो time पे वो moment पे क्या changes किया था. So each try to keep the name of the commit separately. Commit is nothing but to you can say in a lame language of the name of the version of your Git. So git commit dash m is the command. Now I am adding the name. So initial. Okay. So initial is the name of my commit. Now I will commit. So you can see it has, yeah, you can see it has like I hope everybody can see. Now you can see it has shown that one file is changed and 13 insertions means 13 lines are changed. So basically I have added new 13 lines in it. Afterwards Param will show like after deleting few lines or adding new lines what changes are to be shown. So after commit, I have committed this. So I have saved the current version. Now I want to add this into my server. Server is my GitHub account. So to do that, I will use git push origin master. The reason of adding origin master is basically currently I have a single branch, and to my branch I am adding into the top. So most of you are in like you must be knowing like you can say you can add one after the other. So in one after the other, my this commit will be added in the top. So okay, so I have a doubt that what is the initial? Initial is the name of the commit message that you can say it is the name of the current version. I have just given any name, any random name right now. So after I push, okay, I'm really sorry right now. Now before cloning, okay, sorry. Uh, this we will show ahead, but just currently, yeah. So the reason I got the fatal error was my personal GitHub account was logged in with my Git, and I was using Synergy GitHub account to push. So now I have access to my GitHub account. We will show how to take the access when Param will do the same. So now I will do all these things again. Git add dot git commit initial. Yeah, and I had committed once, so we did not need to commit again. And git push origin master. So origin master is nothing but I am adding it at my topmost position in my versions. So it is my latest version. You can say that way that I am using my latest version. I am adding it in my topmost branch. So when I do this, yeah, you can see now everything is perfect. It is adding into my GitHub account, and after this you can just go to Synergy and sorry, and into my test session. You can see I have a HTML file here. My commit name is initial. So when I click on this commit name, it will show मैंने क्या क्या changes किया है. So these are my 13 lines which are added. So yeah. So now Param will explain. Now this is the first initial user. So now I will give access to Param, and he's the second user. Like when two people want to work together, how they work using GitHub, like during hackathons or any projects you want 2, 3 people or 6 people to work together. How they work, you can like we will show you. So now I will go to settings. So in my settings, I will give access to Param. As this, even if this repository is public, Param wants to do changes in my repository, he needs access to my repository. So I will give access to Param.
Mihir Param S8.
Sorry. Yeah. So now I am giving access to Param, and now Param will show how to do that thing. And you need to worry. We are going to explain this process again in our further slides. So it will be much more easier for you, and we are going to share PPT to all the registered people. So in the PPT, each and every process is like we have typed each and every commands, and you can just go through those commands, and to do your task also, this will be helpful. Yeah. So now, Param, you can present.
Yeah. Okay.
I will just stop presenting.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah. So
Okay.
now you can see that now Param is like kilometers away from me. So, but still we both can work together. So this is very useful here right now. So Param, you can start.
Yeah, so as Mihir said that whenever we want to work in projects or in a group, we'll need access to that particular repo where everyone will be contributing. So in such cases, as Mihir gave me access there on that repo, I got an email from GitHub stating that Synergy.com community has invited you to collaborate on this particular repository. So, and if you don't accept this invitation, it will expire within 7 days. So in such cases, what I'll do is I'll view the invitation, and since I'm already logged in into my GitHub, I'll go and just accept the invitation.
Param, we can go a bit of slow, like your internet is lagging. So.
Okay, yeah. So now, as you can see, I have accepted the invitation, and now I have access to this particular repository, and this is what is present in that particular HTML file. Now, in order to contribute to this file and to this repository as a whole, I'll not use GitHub to code to put up new code. What I'll do is, as I said, I'll be cloning the repository on my local machine, and this is done by using this link that is present here, and it states that it can help you to clone with HTTPS. So I'll just copy this link. And I'll go. What I'll do is I'll go into the folder where I want to initialize, where I want to keep that repository. So I will open the generic command prompt here, and I did so by typing CMD on the top. So it opened right here in this particular folder. I don't need to navigate. Now what I'll use is I'll type git clone, and then I'll paste this particular link that I had copied from here. This is the same link that is present here, and here I have pasted it. So what it does is when I click enter, it will clone into that particular repository. And if you guys noticed it, the name of the repository was test session, and I have now a folder named test session here. So when I go inside it, you guys can see this was named session.html, and I have session.html file directly here. And if I open it, it is the same as it was with Mihir. So now what I'll do is, as I explained, when we need to work in a group and contribute to the same source code, we'll use this. So that now I have the same source code as Mihir has. Now I'll make a few changes in it. So I'll open it with my favorite text editor, Visual Studio Code. So yeah, I have opened it, and now see, this is the same state of file that was present with me here. Now I'll make a few changes in it. So, for example, I'll add a new heading stating it is a GitHub session, and yeah, I just made a small change and I saved the document. And I'll close my text editor. Now in my command prompt, I'll type the command git status. As I explained to you guys, git status will help me understand what kind of version of the file is present and what changes have been made, what files are not tracked yet. So git status will allow me to do that. When I press enter, okay, I'll have to navigate inside test session. Now, when I use git status here, the commit message, if you guys can see, it states that your branch is up to date with origin master, but this particular file has been modified and you have not committed those changes. So it is asking me to add this file and then commit it. I can directly commit the file by using git commit /a. /a is a flag which states that all of the untracked modified files need to be committed directly without adding them. So that does the work of both the commands git add and git commit. So git commit flag a /a. So when I press enter, it will open Visual Studio Code. Now, let me explain why it opened Visual Studio Code. You could have just typed git commit /a/m with a commit message just like Mihir did. But due to some configuration error on my PC, the command prompt is not configured to type commit messages. So I've configured it to open the text editor of my choice. So it opens the Visual Studio Code. Now I will type my commit message here. Mihir had typed the commit message stating it was initial. Now I will write this is the second commit. And I will just save this file and close my text editor. Now, as you guys can see the message here, it states that one file was changed and 2 insertions have happened. So yeah, it keeps track of the smallest of the changes and it gives the summary of those. Now, if I run git status again, we have a message stating that your branch is ahead of origin master by 1 commit. This 1 commit is the commit that I have did just now. Now, in order to push those changes onto GitHub, I'll use the git push command and git push origin master so that it stays in the head of the master. And when I press enter, it is taking a bit of time. And yeah, so the changes are done. So what I've done is I have modified my session.html file locally, and then I have pushed those changes onto GitHub so that Mihir can pull those changes onto his local machine and can have the latest version of the file. So that is how the whole process works. If you are collaborating with people you know and you want to contribute to the same source code, this is how you do it. You just push and pull with the code and modify the changes, and that is how easy the things are. So yeah. Now, if I refresh, so you guys can see this is the change that was reflected. Now, Mihir, you can go ahead and show that the changes were reflected. Mihir, you are not audible. Just persist with us, guys. There is some technical issue. No, you are not audible right now.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for like my earphones had some issue. So yeah. So now I will. Yeah. So now Param has done few changes in his HTML file. So we go to the test session and you can see that the name second commit is here. So when I click on this second commit, I can see what changes Param has done. So Param has added one extra line and he has added this line number 12 GitHub session. So each commit will show what changes have been done. It will show the things added and things subtracted also. So now when I want to do changes again, now after Param has done his work, I want to check his work. So now I did not need to, clone my repository again and do everything. I just, what will I do? I will use my pull. Pull is basically when a person has done few changes and I have that repository cloned, I will just take those changes in my folder in my desktop. So what I will use, git pull origin master. So you can see it is showing uh, it pulled the changes done by Param and it is showing that two things are added into this repository. So all these things are now in my folder. So when I go to my session, I will open and you can see my GitHub session has been added. Now, if I want to do any changes again, I will follow the same procedure after pulling it. I will just go to this. I'm opening with Sublime Text. So like you can open with Notepad or anything, that is okay. Now what I'll do, I will delete line number 9 and 10 and I will add H1. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
No, no, I said hello in my, yeah, yeah. So I'm adding these two lines. I deleted two lines and added one line. I saved, and you can see it is changed here. So now I want to add all these things again. So I will follow the same procedure again. Git add dot. Now I can check git status also if you want. Before you can see file session.html has been modified by me. So I have already added. So now I will use git commit. Now I will give dash m is basically it will just commit the modified files and not all the files. So I will give third commit. It is a string, so it can be space separated, no issues. So it is showing the third commit and I will press enter. So now I have one insertion and two deletions. It has also tracked my insertion, deletions and everything. And git push origin master. So why origin is the top and why I'm adding master? Because in Git, 4 5 people can work together with different branches like a tree and then they merge all those branches together. So that is why now master is my main branch, the trunk of a tree. You can say like that way. So when I use git push origin master, I have pressed enter and now it is adding it in my Git. So now when I go to my GitHub, I will refresh it and yeah, third commit. Now my third commit has on line number 9, it has two deletions and on line number 9, it has one addition. So this way we have just explained how 2 3 people can work together on Git. So yeah. So now we will recollect all the things again. So initially we create a repository, we clone it into PC using git clone, we paste the content or we create a new content in that repository. After then we add those repositories to GitHub using the following commands. Commands are 4 commands. Git status we just check that which files have been modified. Git add dot means we are adding all those files. Git commit dash m commit name is basically the name of your version, and git push is we are adding all those changes into github.com. So this is by the other member which Param did.
he accepted the invitation to collaborate. Then he cloned the repository. He did the changes. Then git status. Again, the same four commands: git status, git add, git commit, git push origin master. We are going to share this PPT. So even if we are going fast, you did not need to worry, as like we have a less amount of time. So we are just in recollection. We are going a bit fast. Now, what if the third person wants to do the changes again? That is me again or any other person. Like for sorry, for the first person, a person wants to do the changes again. So I need to clone again. I will just use git pull origin master. So this git pull origin master will take all the changes which Param has done in his repository into my local folder.